real wild child. Come on, baby, you need a whole lot more. Sing it to the beat of the ball. Come on, we're not a wildwood. Yeah, we're not a wild.
I'll get you to comment on this. Gentrification, as an example, when rents go up, it means they make more money rather than lose their home. When prices go up and rich people move in, it means a chance to sell luxury goods while we work for minimum wage. When more police and surveillance come in, it secures your investment while we get harassed and pushed out. They are getting rich because our lives are getting worse. Now, that's their view on this thing. How much following do you think that view has in Hamilton?
I'd like to separate it out. I mean, it's one thing for a violent response, but I think there are a lot of people out there that would not disagree with what was stated.
But are not prepared to
Not
crash
prepared.
windows over it?
Yes, they're not throwing bricks and stones. It's the commodification of housing in particular. Housing is a human right, but we don't treat it as such. It's an essential basic need. So when you get investors coming in or people speculating, and I'll get to the people actually wanting to come in and live there and be part of communities in a moment, but that speculation drives people out of their homes. It literally displaces people. And in the core, Hamilton Centre, for lack of a better geographical area, we have a 30% poverty rate. So when you double, triple pricing on not only shelter, but on food, on clothing, on all the goods and services available to people, more upscale luxury models, then people can't afford to even shop locally. And so you literally are forcing people out of not only their homes, but out of local stores. When that happens and you don't have somewhere else for people to live in your city because vacancy rates are low, you get more homelessness. And it happens if someone goes into hospital and can't afford their rent, breadwinner in a family loses their job. We do see more and more families displaced.
Let me go.
Does equal displacement, and there's really no way around that, and that's why we have to focus on this as a problem.
Is it 100% a problem? I mean, on the one hand, you're going to have a revitalized city.
Yeah, the key question, Stephen, is revitalized for who? And so I think that often people who are promoting gentrification and saying, I love coffee shops, I love a revitalized urban landscape, those are the people that get to enjoy that. Those are the people that are having that type of consumption landscape that's built to their precise preferences. But what I'm asking is, what about the impacts on lower income populations who are serially being displaced from these communities? And typically we see more immigrants in those populations, more people of color, people who are vulnerable, marginalized groups. And these are the people that are constantly being forced further and further away. And this is a pattern that we've seen not only for decades, but even centuries.
Diane, does it feel to you as if there are any
is the portrait of a friendly city. A city wrought out of primitive wilderness by men of vision, faith, and courage.
When you're looking to make an investment, you're looking not for the most accomplished or the most achieved result, but you're looking for something where the potential for profit is huge. Hamilton is at a position right now where there's only one way it can go, and that's up. The ambitious city.
Welcome to the Promised Land.
The Promised Land.
I kind of like the Promised Land for Hamilton, and it really is turning into that, isn't it?
We all understand it to be special, exciting,
This feeling of being in a small town.
the potential for growth.
Architecturally interesting.
It's built heritage.
One of the great art museums of the world.
Very human city. It's a people-to-people city.
The steel mills.
The attitude of hard work and dedication and solidity.
We've had the opportunity of reinventing ourselves in this city. If you're a wise investor, you're going to look for something that's undervalued.
There are these wonderful jewels. They just need to be unearthed, and someone has to have the vision.
Our general philosophy is find the worst possible property you can find, put an offer in on it, and then bring it back to life. We invested in Hamilton because there's an amazingly inexpensive opportunity.
Opportunities for entrepreneurial enterprise exist within a 15 or 20 kilometer radius of the downtown core, including the downtown core, which is the nucleus.
There's a concentration in the core now that I think reaches critical mass.
I want to see every building bought, restored, renovated, whatever the case is, so that all floors are being used.
One of the 4 offices.
I think cities are great because they are vibrant and they change over time. Little India was something else before it was Little India. So, and it's going to be something different 20, 30 years from now. And if we lock it in place, I don't think you're going to be very happy with the consequences. And that vitality will just move someplace else as you freeze it in time. So welcome, embrace the change, and I would also suggest use gentrification. Tap into it to help pay for all the affordable housing subsidies that we need to make this happen.
Kyle?
He's just talked about his very...